We got the clean second pull in stop using the wrong muscles in your Olympic lifts. This is part 6. So we're well into the clean. What this series is there are muscles that need to be off in the Olympic lifts. There are muscles that need to be on in Olympic lifts. And for most athletes, when they're having issues, it's the battle between these two groups of muscles. And in this series, we're going through each position of the lifts and highlighting the most common misused muscles, imploring you to stop using them and telling you what muscles to focus on that's going to help you. So let's get right into it. Now, the first muscle when it comes to the clean second pull that needs to be off is the lower back. Now, let me explain this. What I'm talking about here is the second pull begins when we're at that above the knee position, right? Now, at this position, we are the weakest mechanically over the bar, right? We have the weakest position here for anybody, no matter who they are. Now, if your core's weak, your lower back's gonna crank on into a big arch. This is gonna pull the bar closer to you and make it easier. Now, this is an issue, right? You need to strengthen your core. If you strengthen your core, two things happen. One, it prevents you from silly nagging issues that plague athletes. And two, it's going to increase the distance of the bar path, but because your core is stronger and you're moving well through it, the longer bar path is going to give you more bar speed when you get to the hip. So again, it's one of these nitty-gritty things. If you're cranking into that lower back, thinking that it's helping you stay tight, you're right. It's helping you stay tight, but it's because you're weak in the core. Strengthen your core, stay long when you hit that second pull position of above the knee, and you are going to be amazed with how much better your lifts start to go and how much better your body feels. Hey, just a quick interruption. I want to tell you guys about the Sustainable Lifting Method, our new online program coming up. Now, here's the thing. With Project Lift, over the last 6 years, I've worked with a lot of athletes who come in and they're stuck. I call it the messy middle. You've been doing this for 1 to 5 years, and you just don't know what you don't know. You're not making any more progress, and typically you got some nagging issues going on. Well, here's the kicker. Those athletes learned in a way that wasn't sustainable, and that's why we put together a program that's going to show you how to build a foundation in these lifts, how to correct your lifts so that you are moving and building a sustainable foundation of growth and longevity in your Olympic lifts for as long as you choose. You'll continue to make gains, you'll continue to feel and get stronger, and you'll continue to feel great. So if this is something that interests you, it's perfect for those in the messy middle as I described, that 1 to 5 year range, and beginners. If you want to start off with a solid foundation, this will be beautiful for you. Now, I'm looking for 20 people to help me out, so check out the information. I have a special offer for you if it interests you, and let's get back to this video. The second muscle is the arms. Oh, holy arm bend. I talked so much about the arms. It's basically every position almost, but often it comes down to athletes trying to place the bar in their hip, place it where they want to place it. Here's the kicker. Keep the arms nice and long. If your arms are bending and continuing to bend throughout the movement, you are losing power, period. Losing power. Keep the arms long, hold that weight in that lat like I've talked about before. If you keep the arms long as you move through, you're gonna have so much power as you come off the hip. The third muscle is the traps. Now, okay, if the traps have stayed off from the first pull, very often the traps and the arms like to get some anticipation as we're headed towards that hip in the second pull. They start to tighten up, start to pull towards our ears. Keep those traps long. Again, a relaxed muscle is a fast muscle. A tight muscle cannot, a contracted muscle cannot contract again. Just keep that in your mind. Keep those traps nice and long. So if our arms and our traps aren't bringing the bar to us, what is? It's our hip hinge. We're hinging from the hip, and that's what's bringing the bar and our hip together, not our arms, not our traps. And the final muscle I'm highlighting here in the clean second pull is the lats. Now hold on before you click away and just scream at me. Hold on. Let me explain. This goes right back to that instance of wanting to pull the bar in. I've already mentioned it with the arms and the traps, but the lats, athletes can use the lats to almost row it in closer, trying to, again, pull the bar into them. The lats are engaged in a way to keep the bar from swinging away from us, so the bar stays with us because of the lats, but we're not using the lats to pull into us. So if you're pulling, if you watch a video of yourself and you're opening up at the second pull and you can see that your lats are pulling the bar in, please stop. Please stop. It's creating more of a bruise at the hip very often, but you're creating creating friction. You're creating friction in the movement. So stop that. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And you will be much happier with your lifts. Now, here's the thing. How do you approach these changes? I'll tell you exactly how we do it at Project Lift. There's 3 steps. 1, we observe, right? So we're watching the athlete. What's going on? How are they moving? Do we see any of these things happening? If we do, step 2 is a discussion. We bring it up. We bring it to the athlete's attention. Were they taught this? Did they learn this? Did it just come up? Where's it coming from? In step 3, we put in the corrections to help them make the corrections they need to do, strengthen the areas that they're weak or whatever's going on, and they're much happier because very often their lifts go up and any nagging issues that they might have had in their body go down. So if you're alone on this and these are important to you, smash this discovery call button. Come and get yourself some help from us. What we'll do is we'll get on a call, we'll look at where you've been, where you want to go, we'll discuss your goals, and then we'll lay out a plan of how we can support you in getting there. Now, since this video has helped you and you've made it this far, smash that thumbs up button, make sure you pay it forward, share it with a friend, and subscribe because the next part is coming next week.